been like a monumentous week for Mr. Jacob, and I thought like a lot's been said about him in the media at the moment, and this could be
fake news going around.
This could be a moment where like I could say a lot of nice things. I could like just talk about our many years together, but I thought there's no better way for me to kind of like sum up how special Jacob is than with a poem. So I put together a short piece, and it's titled Jacob's Body. It's an audio-visual experience, and I just want you all to sit back and enjoy it.
Mum, come pick me up, I'm scared.
Go ahead, Zach.
Moaning from the foot of the bed, I hear the sounds of an angry man. I approach him, his dressing gown red, but not quite open. He moans. His body makes a sound. I don't know where it's coming from, but
hang
it
on.
feels sad.
Sorry to interrupt you. I know Urgent Rewrite's still new, but
No.
do we have an HR department yet?
No.
Oh my God.
But we can stop it. We can stop it. It just ends with like a glowing endorsement of your carpenter's hands. That's it.
I love that. I feel like you should save that like fully for his best man speech.
Yeah, when it comes, like I just stand and just do the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think that is, like, you know, at the end of The Dark Knight where they're like, the world can't find out what's happened here. I feel like we also have to take that vow of silence. One of us now has to die.
Yeah. It's just me, the gun to your head, just like, lie like I lied. But I just thought so many nice things are being said about Jacob, like...
So many.
What
It's
more
too
does
many.
it hurt to add one?
It's really too many, isn't it? It doesn't stop.
At least my mum said, well done. So that's too many already, you know?
Yeah.
Well done, though. It's sick.
Yeah.
You got a whole like award. That's cool.
Fucking, yeah.
Like you
Well deserved.
gotta give that.
Hell yeah.
We've got it on top of the
Great.
mantelpiece in the lounge now, and so because it's obviously
Beautiful.
transparent glass up against the wallpaper, you couldn't read what it said, so we had to cut out like a little black piece of card that we put behind it. And so it's like every guest must come in and read it first, and then they can.
Yeah.
That's like.
Do they not just like lay on the floor and like bow, just like it's some sort of like god?
We do that, and then I recite the autumn poem. And
Yes.
Zack.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. It's the sole reason to go to Jacob's house. Like, forget the dogs, forget Jake. Just you go to the loo, and there's just art like no other. It's just.
I mean, the dogs are the main
Love
selling
that.
point. I'm editing a short at the minute, and the other week we had the director around, and we were like going through the edit together. And then just as she was entering, I was like, "Oh shit, sorry, I do have dogs. Are you okay with dogs?" And she was like, "Am I okay with dogs?" Yes. And then Million Radar then just gave her a very, very warm welcome, as they do. But yeah, no, the awards night was good fun. I thought I'm a serial eavesdropper. And so when I was speaking to people at the start, I heard one of the judges behind me talk about like this comedy short film and how amazing it was and how it was like the best short film they'd seen in years. And I was like, well, I clearly haven't won it then, because on the back of the thing, it had the winners of the previous year and it had non-scripted and scripted and then the craft awards. And so I thought, oh, if they're doing that again, then I won't get it. But then luckily for me, it was split up by genre, not just scripted and non-scripted.
Hey.
But yeah, thank you, Royal Television Society.
Hell yeah. Well done to him.
You should probably say what the short is at some point, so you can provide a bit of hype, like, rather than just say, "Oh yeah, he won an award." It could have been for anything.
Just glowing personality.
To be honest,
just walked in. Just won him over.
Yeah, a bit of context. My grad film from last year, Can You Hear the Choir, won Best Drama at the Royal Television Society Devon and Cornwall thing.
Woo!
Yeah,
Huge.
it was real cool.
Well deserved. Very, very well deserved.
You're too kind.
When are you releasing it? Are you not selected time yet?
I've gone to post it a few times and I've been like, no, I need to do a few video essays first. So at the minute, my thinking is June, because I have 2 video essays that I'm working on at the minute, and then they can go out beforehand, and then I can then be like, okay, June is time for the choir.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I wish there was more method to the madness and planning and scheduling, but it's really just shit. I should really post that now. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
It's taken me a while to post mine, so.
Mine's never getting posted, so.
Dude, yeah.
Do it.
No.
Show the world.
Well, tell us. Forget it. Tell us more interesting things. Tell us about the night. How was it? Like, it looked just from the shots that we saw like a damn nice night. Like hell of a show put together for it.
So it was really interesting because the place that we went to for it, I'd never been there before. So I go up on the train. It's like, I don't know, 3-4 in the afternoon. I'm in there in my full suit, and everyone's looking at me weirdly on the train. I was like, I swear I'm not just. These aren't just my regular clothes, because cinematographers and stuff from the film I was meeting there, and they'd already said, "Oh, they're going to dress up," because I'd heard it was a smart casual thing. I was like, "Yeah, but if you have an excuse to dress up, why not?"
Yeah.
And I arrived first, and I just looked through the windows, and everyone's in jeans and t-shirts. I was like,
"Oh no,
shit."
You gotta dress if you dress for the occasion, then they're the ones that are out of place.
Yeah,
I'll keep telling
That's how it works.
Yeah.
It's like when you dress up to McDonald's, everyone else is wrong. It's not them. It's not you.
If I want to go to McDonald's dressed as Ronald, then I should get a discount. God damn it!
You just go to Mac tonight. No,
I feel like they just oust you. They tell you to leave. You pay this Ronald McDonald demanding a discount.
a
50% off my
discount.
Happy Meal right now. You fired me
You
unceremoniously.
give me my fillet of fish, because we are a restaurant.
I'm upset.
And yeah, I messaged Sam and Sunny, and I was like, "Please tell me that you're also in suits still." And they're like, "Yeah, no, it's fine, don't worry." Then as a few more people started arriving, a few more people were in suits, I was like, okay, this is chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a really good, fun time, and it felt a bit too official and professional for me to be there, but because they took us into the immersive dome, and so I'd never been there before. I just presumed it was going to be like any other auditorium where you just go sit down and there's a few people presenting at the front, but it was like this full 360, it was essentially like this massive dome where they were projecting everything in every direction, and it was.
So it's like a planetarium.
Yeah. And so we just kind of stood there. It was a really good time actually. And then afterwards, when they announced all the winners and stuff, we then go out and we just start talking to everyone, and everyone's films just seemed, because it felt really official as well, because they were like, "Here's a clip from each film," and then it was playing on the whole wall.
Wow.
And then everyone's work was just absolutely incredible. So I was just going up to people afterwards, "How did you do that? That looks insane." It's just really cool meeting cool people,
Interrogating, I want to work with you.
Yeah. That's the part of the night I envy. That's just networking heaven. That's just hey, you've got a pretty good looking film.
Yeah.
Do you wanna let me jump on the next one?
Yeah, because the director of the comedy one was there, and that sweeped all the awards. He was walking about with 4 or 5 of them, and then he came up to me and he was asking me about my film, and I was like, I don't care how, and I just want to ask you about yours, because the clips they showed of it, and I watched it afterwards, and it's so good. It's like a comedy musical called, I think it's Heart Failure. Is just incredible. Yeah, no, it's just really fun meeting people and just asking them how did you do that?
Fun.
Yeah, that's good.
You get all the good events. Look at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you not get much over in Jersey?
In the past month, I have gotten drunk twice and played Valorant.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
With
That's
or
all
without
I've done.
Henry Cavill?
So Henry Cavill's from here, right? But that does not necessarily mean that he lives here now.
But he said he was over for isn't it the Jersey Marathon or something?
Jersey
I
man.
don't know. He posted that there's.
You
live
know
there,
more
you
about
live
this
there.
place than I do.
Hello, I'm the Jersey Tourism Board. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Barrett.
You just
There's,
like start doing some Warhammer, and then he'll just turn up at your door, just like foaming at the mouth.
That'd be terrifying, dude.
Oh no,
Chris MD playing football outside.
Oh, but nah. In all seriousness, no, mate. Like I think every like of all the films that like we were in the festival for, like me, Michelle, Jake, and you, like everyone, like not to make it about us, everyone like suffered, like had a hard time making their films, but I don't think anyone suffered more than you. Like you didn't just have COVID to contend with, you had a load of other stuff. So I think if any film like kind of represented all of it and like was just a true achievement, I think it was yours. So I think it really did deserve to win for that reason, and you should be bloody proud of it.
Thank you. Sorry, it's a very personal, deep flaw within myself. I can't accept praise and stuff. So thank you. But no. I mean, everyone's work that we all did last year on all the grad films was absolutely incredible, considering how everyone had to do it through COVID and trying to organise things. Like even on your one, Michelle, where it was like having to organise within the guidelines how to do a kissing scene, where they then had to use mouthwash in between each take and stuff like that. And it's just like, how do we actually end up with finished films?
Yeah.
I literally have grey hairs now in like the front of my head because of that film. They actually don't go away. I pluck them out every time and they just come back. It's just that they're permanent now.
Be a silver fox
COVID
like
fucked
Philip
that.
Schofield soon enough.
COVID just really fucked all of us, I think. It
Yeah.
was very, very stressful. So, like, have someone
Yeah.
from that year anyway, just to be able to do something that, like, as good to win awards like that it's a big award for, like,
Yeah, it really is.
a short film.
This is an
from a grad.
urgent rewrite hot take. Fuck COVID.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, I can't believe you just said that. Like, there are some people who really want lockdown back. Like, that could have offended people.
Feeling nostalgic
get a
for
lot
the
done.
days.
I would get a lot done if there was another one.
But yeah, also Zack, absolutely fucking congratulations on your film as well. Like I know you said you're not gonna
Oh,
post it
yeah,
anywhere in your,
Thank you.
but the fact that
Yeah.
you did all of that by yourself and
By yourself?
secluded and doing all like
No.
just
No.
doing all that, absolutely incredible.
No, we're celebrating you. No, we're celebrating you. Like, it was...
Alright, well, we need to end the circle joke at some point.
if-
Like, this
yeah.
is a lot we're going on.
If no one can accept praise, then let's just talk about some... let's talk about some horrible people in the internet and then some nice gays on Netflix.
Oh, we
like
love that. I love those.
Yeah.
I love the nice gays on Netflix. They made me cry.
No.
Did they?
Heartstopper is just by far one of the best things I've ever watched. Like, not like it's not perfect, and there is very clearly like some weird writing and acting in there, but like the way that like the animations that make you feel every time you see them, like even just the leaves, the butterflies that you feel as soon as you see them, you're like, oh, and it's so gay. And it's so like unapologetically itself, but like it's defined half of my like past 2 weeks. It's just beautiful. It's
It's just such a charming show, isn't it?
yeah.
You should be like, oh, I'll stick it on for an episode, and then it's then just completely enamored by it, just smiling the whole way through.
Because what's it's about, isn't it? Just like he doesn't want to admit that they're boyfriends or whatever. Like, I don't know what the plot is. I haven't seen any of it. I've just heard lots about it.
I guess spoilers then if we're going, if people want to watch it. But I'll put a timestamp wherever. But we've got it's sort of like someone who's gay who's come out and then like is falling for someone who is coming to terms with their sexuality.
Okay.
It is beautiful in the way that he is discovering it and trying to understand himself, understand the feelings that he's developed for this kid who like really, really likes him. And it's like proper like just a sappy love story, and if it was straight you'd not bat an eyelid,
No.
but because it's gay and there aren't stories like that, it's just like so refreshing and different, and it's how that they blend everyone together. Like you have Tao and what is her Elle's like sort of relationship with, and she's trans woman, so it's like that's a story in itself of like an actual straight relationship going on that like is
really like that.
is spicy straight, you know. It's
Spicy
fun.
straight.
It is. It's just. It's nice, and it's like clearly just doing what school. Like it's pretty much just doing Waterloo Road, but like better.
Yeah. I got that vibe watching a trailer for it. I was like, yeah, this is what the new
So
one
good.
should be.
I don't know. I fell in love with it.
I mean, I work with like loads of like LGBT teens, like every day, and it's like I haven't seen the show, but they don't shut up about it. Like they're constant. It's like every day, like I've got a new kid comes in. It's like either talking to a friend or they ask me if I've seen it, and it's damn nice that like they've got a show that they can all collectively watch now. Because, I mean, like 10 years ago, we had maybe one or two.
Yeah, and it's also like
you had to headcanon it. Yeah.
It's also like as brilliant as sex education is, that's more aimed at like I'd say our age group of like early 20s, and like obviously teenagers and younger people do watch it, but then I'd say this is like a proper one that is like early teens, and it's just kind of everyone, so it's not got as much like adult material. It can just kind of be for everyone, and like the younger people can be when they can watch these kind of stories and be like, oh okay, so it's normal to be questioning that or to be feeling this, and to just show that on the screen is actually just fucking brilliant, isn't it? It's just brilliant.
Yeah, really
It's
nice.
just sort of open and honest about it. Like it's the difference between sex education and this is just the fact that sex education is literally trying to explain it to you, whereas this treats you like, oh, this is just the thing. This is just life. Like, don't sweat about it. Don't think that this needs to be a thing you need to figure out right now or you need to learn about right now. It's just like, look, they're boyfriends. And he's learning that he's bisexual. That's really cool. Let's focus in on how cool that is, and then just like not go into specifics of like how their sex life works. We don't give a shit. That's not the point of the show. The show is to show relationships.
They're teenagers, we don't have to see that stuff. Like that's
it's just relationship drama.
Yeah.
And you just it's silly because it's clearly not doing something that like things like Bad Education or whatever the fuck just do. Like, but it's so expressively doing things in such a way that feels refreshing and new because of the way that they're portraying these characters. Like in Bad Education we had Stephen and that was it, and it was very flamboyant, effeminate to gay for the jokes, for the bants. And then like this is, oh yeah, we got a gay kid who is genuinely being bullied all the time because he's gay, and so it means everyone else is hiding from it, and it's also an all boys school and an all girls school, and you're like dealing with that sort of thing, and how being gay in an all boys school is different to being in like a mixed environment. It's doing a lot of like weird small things that like in any normal show would not be brought up, and it feels like it just should be now. Like it just, this is sort of open a floodgate that feels like it was only shut because we didn't open it.
Yeah. It's just nice to come away from like a piece of like LGBT media, I assume, as well, and not be like annihilated afterwards, like and It's a Sin or a portrait of a lady on fire. Like, you just feel like, oh, that's so horrible and it's ended it so nastily, like, and it just, I've got no hope for anything ever again, whereas clearly you two just watched that and it's, I feel good about what I just watched. Like, I feel happy afterwards.
I think just in general, we struggle with portraying LGBT media that isn't explicitly, hey, this is LGBT. Whereas this, like, sure, Elle is trans, but that doesn't matter. She's getting into a straight relationship. Like, that is it. That's the whole of her plotline for that thing, and that's maybe reductive for people, but they're also doing it reductively for the male characters as well. It's not like it's it's just specifically doing what it's doing to be as easy to approach as possible. So people are like, oh, yeah, why isn't this in, whatever the fuck, Waterloo Road? Is that coming back? That's coming back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they announced the cast like a couple of months ago.
So, like, why isn't that in
Never
that sort of
forgive them
stuff?
for killing off Tom.
Yeah, no. Or Grantley.
Like-
Was that his name?
Fuck knows.
I don't know.
But
The angry history teacher.
Yeah, I miss him.
Yeah.
I think it's the same. Like, I think you could do skins again at some point as well, and it would.
Why haven't they done skins again?
Euphoria.
They'd come.
Okay. But Euphoria is, yeah,
better.
it sort of jumped the shark a bit.
But it's about the skins cast are better actors, and I think they'd come back for it.
The skins cast are better actors?
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
now than they were then. Or do you mean
Yeah, now
compared
that
to
they were-
Euphoria's
Oh, I thought you were
actors?
comparing to
I was like,
Euphoria.
Yeah.
don't,
No,
do
no,
not
no.
disrespect my
No,
queen
like-
Zendaya like this, please.
Oh no!
Calm down.
Like if you got back some of like that original cast now and said like right, let's do something with this properly. Not that I think you ever would.
I don't
That
think you
would be-
need them. That's the whole
Hell of a
point
show.
of like skins, and the same thing with Misfits, where it's just
Wait
like,
another 10 years and do
Yeah.
it as their kids, and then you can continue their
or just in general,
storylines of skins.
their point is they're changing characters each time, or like every so often they'll change characters. So like you could easily do that again. Like I feel like Misfits missed
Yeah.
an opportunity by like trying to reinforce the fact that they're criminals with superpowers, because they really
Yeah.
didn't need to be in that final season. It was one guy that came in
No.
in the third series, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like what Heroes was designed to be. Like when it was first pitched, it'd be like it would be a new cast every single series, just like with a new mystery. But I don't think any show ever really does that now.
Apart from anthology ones, you got like American Horror Story
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, but even they're like flooding over now. Like,
True.
what's that? And less said about American Horror Story these days. What was once a prized chicken is now just a deviled egg in the corner that I go and throw things at.
I feel like that was Walking Dead for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, that's.
That's just
100%.
I will finish that eventually.
Yeah. Probably don't need to.
I'm only like a series and a half behind, but I'd sit down to watch it every so often. I'm like, okay, I'll finish it now, and then it just kind of drifts a little. I'm like, okay, I'll do it another time.
So you need to get to Terry Crews because he's in it now. Terry Crews is in the
Walking Dead's
Dead.
over now.
No, he's in the one of the
Oh.
spin-offs. Terry Crews is in The Walking Dead.
So's Olivia Munn, isn't she?
Yeah.
'Cause haven't they got like
Yeah, she's
5
in-
spin-offs in the work or something?
Yes, I think it's now 4 because I think the Daryl and Carol one got cancelled.
Did they not like learn their lesson that like zombies are not fun anymore?
Was they've changed the zombies now? Apparently, like they're fast and they don't die to headshots.
That doesn't. It's still
Like,
zombies.
there's still
Zombie.
interesting
Yeah,
things
like-
to do there. It just
Yeah.
There probably is still, but like
just no one cares anymore.
they sort of oversaturated it, and everyone stopped caring.
Yeah. And even when we did care, we knew exactly where
Yeah.
it was going. Like,
It's oversaturation of media. It happens a lot. But it's sad to see it in fucking. It's sad to see it happen over such a long period of time. Like Walking Dead was what, 14 years?
first started
yeah,
what,
something like that.
2010, I want to say.
It's 2010, yeah, because it was the year
So
before
about
Game of Thrones.
12
years.
years. That's still long.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Like Friends was less time than that. Big Bang Theory was less time than that.
But which was more painful?
No, Big Bang Theory was 2007
2019.
to 2000. Was it 2019? I thought it was
No.
2020.
I wrote my
Jesus.
dissertation on it.
Oh.
I know my shit.
Yeah, you do, yeah. But I mean, we have Young Sheldon in place.
And
now,
it
so
is a
that's-
better
that's
show.
the only saving. Yeah, it's a really good show. Genuinely,
It's not a
really
good.
show.
No, okay. I say it's a good show. It affords the Goldbergs enough privilege to have said they reinvented the genre, which is really unfair because it's so just nostalgia bait.
Yeah. Yeah, the Goldbergs is bad, but Young Sheldon, like, is when that's got things to say and it wants to do nice things, I think that's quite a good show.
I thought you two were always the Goldberg apologists, saying that it was really good and worth watching.
Goldbergs was good at the start, and then it became yo. Do you remember the Philly whatever the fuck, the Maniac?
Yeah. Do you remember Weird Al Yankovic? Like, do you remember like fucking every movie?
Do you remember when Star Wars came out?
Yeah.
Do you remember Spaceballs? That was funny.
Yeah. But like young Sheldon's good though, because it's like that's an actual. They say important stuff on that show, and that's nice.
I think the episode where Sheldon's dad dies is going to be one of the better episodes of TV.
Yeah, that's going to be a very interesting thing.
His dad dies in the canon really early on in his childhood.
Yeah.
So like.
Spoiler alert, Michelle. Spoiler.
He
alert.
says it in like the first season of Big Bang Theory. Okay, actually, to be fair, no one's watched the Big Bang Theory like properly, so that actually might be a spoiler. No one binge watches the Big Bang Theory.
Like, do I get put in like some sort of jail if I say I've seen all of it from start to finish?
No, because I have as well.
God, thank God, there's someone else.
I didn't like it, but I did.
I need to start hanging out with some other people.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. You can do so much better.
I chose to watch that instead of The Office US.
I haven't watched The Office, so
I
clearly made the wrong decision.
I was that basic bitch last year. I was like, you know what? I like the UK one. I'll probably give the US one a go, and that's what I did in the lockdown. I think I did all 9 series in like 4 weeks.
I remember you going through it because I had to watch through fucking Big Bang Theory at that point. And you kept just giving me updates on it. I'm like, I've never watched this, but I can tell you what's happening in Sheldon's life right now.
Like,
Amy just left him. It's sad.
But like, I hate to be that basic bitch, but some of it is just so well written and well done.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean,
but the UK Office is better.
Just
what I love about the UK one is it's short and sweet, as with most UK shows, where it's like, you like that? Well, tough luck. We have no money.
We're done.
Enjoy rewatching the same 6 episodes.
It's so well done. I think it tells a unique story really quick, like really well. Whereas the US one sort of does it until Michael leaves.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yo, Will Ferrell might make this better.
And then they just kind of
Will Ferrell.
they get rid of him in like the worst way, because it's like, shit, did they murder him or like mentally injure him for like significantly so he's in the hospital, and then they just don't reference it again?
That's US sitcoms. That's
unless
what
I'm misremembering.
Yeah.
That's what US sitcoms do.
He's doing a basketball game or something, then he hits his head, and then he then starts speaking really weirdly, and he then just goes off to hospital, and then they're like, okay, I guess we need a new boss now. So it's not going to check up, see if he's all right.
It is how US sitcoms go. It's just they will go out and kill characters off in such a weird and obnoxious way. Like, you got to think Community, Troy just left in a boat with LeVar Burton. Like, think about, like, actually deconstruct that for a moment. One of the main characters of the show left because one of the characters that died, who was a main character in the show, left in his boat to sail around the earth with LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow.
You think that's impressive? The Good Place kill all their main characters in the
about
first
5
episode.
times. They do it about 5 times from the real world.
You've been trying to get me to watch Community for like 3
should.
years now,
It's one of...
and you didn't say LeVar Burton.
Oh, he's in it like...
If you'd said that, I would have watched
LeVar
it
Burton's in
immediately.
it.
So,
I'll watch anything with that man in it. He's so
George
good.
Takei ends an episode once.
George
With like
Takei's
a
in it.
voiceover. Also, Zach Braff does an
Oh.
ending, like as JD from
Ah.
Scrubs.
Ah.
stop. You're putting him off it. Stop. Go back. Go back.
No.
Shit,
No,
shit,
Wait, no, wait.
Let's not forget the
Shit,
headline.
shit. Brie Larson's in it as well, and he's the love interest for Abed. Shit.
Nah.
Everyone's favourite crypto bro.
Yeah, she was alright when it was like, oh, I'm playing Animal Crossing in the lockdown and I'm kind of quirky, and now it's just...
They're all crypto bros. That's the
Oh.
celebrity pipeline. Give them an ape, they'll be happy.
That's why Lashana Lynch is Captain Marvel because we can just push out Brie Larson and just slowly wheel her in and just have her be like a more agreeable human being that is just better.
No one will ever agree on who's good at Captain Marvel. I can guarantee you
I
that
don't know
fact.
enough about anything to have an opinion. That's a blanket
No.
statement for anything. I don't know enough about anything.
Don't hold any
just-
of my
I just
views to
think-
account.
I just think
Fucking
if you're selling NFTs, you shouldn't be anywhere. You just shouldn't be allowed to do anything.
Yeah.
Just put them on a little island and they can just go and enjoy themselves.
They were gonna make one, and then they got shut down because they couldn't agree on the age of consent. You need to look up the Cryptoland drama. They posted on their they posted a tweet about it, and then someone wrote, "What is the age of consent on this island?" And they said, "Well, we think if you're buying an NFT, you're mature enough, or like I think 12 or something is what they said." And then they had to retract it, and then post a thing saying, "We've shut down Cryptoland." Yeah, that's the base of NFT, bros.
Nah.
Yeah.
But look at this
That's-
bored ape.
Yo.
Yeah, guys.
Oh no. I was really hoping that you'd be like, oh, they were debating the age of consent to be about 18 or 21. It was going to be like a really thorough discussion where it'd be like, okay, so what age are we thinking here? But
No. You gotta think they're underground fucking neckbeards who have made money by accident.
Yeah. And we'll continue to.
They're gonna have a weird little thing.
So I'm sure Michelle filled you in last week. There will hopefully eventually be some sort of like ad break here. We're hoping one day we'll be sponsored. It'll happen. Someone will eventually come in, give us an ad read in this little spot. But until then, we have got a short film for you guys to see. It's made by Jake. It is called Sequence Cancelled. Little bit of a sci-fi horror. It gets very gory in some places, gets very weird and existential in others. The guy acting in it, Jake got one of his best performances out of this guy. You can see it on his YouTube channel. It is available via the link in the description below. I really highly recommend it. He didn't get his chance to get this on the stage that he should have, so we're hoping to give it a huge boost on his YouTube channel. Please consider giving it a watch below, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode of Urgent Rewrite.
also, this will bring it full circle from the first episode. You know the when you mentioned the Sonic 2 credit scene.
Yep. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
No.
I've not seen the rest of the film. I only had to go in and clean.
Oh, it's so good.
But it would be really funny because we'd obviously have to go in there and clean. We'd have to like hold there with the bag and let everyone put all the rubbish in. So for the post-credit scene, you'd like get a lot of people's reactions, and so there were so many kids that would be like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" And their friend would be like, "Who is it?" And they're then just having to. You get some kids that would actually know, but the amount of kids that just
Yeah.
bullshit and were like, "It's Black Sonic."
Oh.
It's just
It
like
was just, yeah, it was just me furiously masturbating in a cinema just to the sight of the ultimate life form. Just he was
You should be
there,
doing that in
and I
front
was
of kids, Zach.
like, it was
Zack, you did have to ask you to leave a few times.
Look, you do not put the ultimate life form on screen and not expect me to like respond in that manner. He has a gun and he'll
He
get it
does
out.
have a gun.
Like,
I
it's
mean,
just-
Shadow
Why
is
did they-
always the coolest Sonic character, let's be real.
Yeah.
yeah.
I always really liked Silver. I really liked Silver.
Silver's good. Silver gets a
Yeah.
bad rap for that one boss battle.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad boss battle.
No Shadow, though, are they? Like, come on now.
Yeah, but you're either like this is it. You're either a Shadow or a Metal Sonic person.
Metal Sonic was always weird. I don't understand what the point was.
Metal Sonic's fucking cool.
What's the point of it?
He's just fucking cool. He looks cool when he stood on a mountain. It's lightning and thunder, and it's just him. That's all he exists to be. He looks nice on a landscape.
From one sci-fi canon to another.
Oh Jesus Christ!
What did everyone think of Doctor Who last week? Well, last week it was 2 weeks ago,
Last
wasn't it?
week?
God, it feels like
Jeez,
it's.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was being generous. I thought it was a lot longer ago for a second.
Yeah.
Time is an illusion.
Yeah.
It was alright. I didn't hate it. Didn't love it. It was just I consumed.
Yeah.
I just sat.
Consumed.
I didn't like it.
Like,
I'm an ardent Chibnall defender, and I didn't like it.
I thought the next time trailer looked really interesting though,
Yeah.
because actually got Tegan and Grace. Like, let's fucking go.
That's
I was-
more exciting than the first Doctor to me. Like,
I was so hyped.
I mean, when was the last time we saw them? Like they're saying 40 years. I'm guessing that was we haven't seen them.
no,
on the screen
we
for
saw
that
him in
long
that Sarah
either.
Jane Adventures episode, didn't we?
They were referenced, I believe.
I thought they were in it with Matt Smith.
No, that's Joe
I think
Grant.
that's just
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
Joe Grant. She
Yeah.
just turns up because they talk about it at the end, like
Yeah, because they're
Google TARDIS.
yeah. And then same with at the end of like the farewell Sarah Jane one that they did in lockdown, where they reference all what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's sad.
I mean, I didn't love the look of the next time one. I just thought like, yes, Master, yes, Cyberman, yes, Daleks. I was just like a bit, what's new? What have I not seen yet? Like, it was just ticking a checklist. Like, it would be good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just a picky little idiot. But
I'll enjoy it. Like, the issue I found with this one more wasn't like, I think there's probably a good story in there. It was just so rushed. The first 10 minutes, like, I feel like we got shown like 5 different segments of a story, and then we're told to piece them together halfway through.
What I'm really intrigued about is they said originally this was going to be the regeneration story, and so I'm just don't know where that would have slotted in originally, on if that would have been her sacrifice instead of him coming in and taking over, like in the Timeless Children, pressing the detonation button, or if it would have been something else entirely.
Yeah, he's done that twice now, hasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
But just seeing her do a backflip with a sword fighting a sea devil was enough for me. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm there for that.
Cause like I enjoyed it, and I think the character development in it was actually good, but like
Yeah.
everything around the story didn't make sense. Like for the whole of the first part, it was about who is this woman who's on this ship and what is she about, and at the end it was, oh, we rescued this guy. That was it. It was just. I feel like they took. What's annoying is it's a special, so you have to focus on the story more because most people are going to be tuning in because it's like the only thing on this Easter or the only thing on this Christmas, whatever the fuck. So that's the reason they're tuning in. And what you did is you gave the people who are already watching Doctor Who stuff and the people who weren't, you gave them a shit story. With like a really nice like monster that they've really fucked up.
I thought they looked very good.
Yeah, they
given
looked
that.
great, but it was just, I don't know, it was just depressing. I feel like I watched it and I like left halfway through to get my Chinese, and I didn't feel like I missed anything. Which,
Yeah.
you know, Doctor Who's nice for that, where you can actually, if you leave, you're like, oh, okay, I need to know what's going on now. Why are we here?
Yeah, it's like I watched the first 20 minutes and then switched to Britain's Got Talent like later, and I didn't feel I'd had a worse night. Like,
It could have been better if you were watching Britain's Got Talent.
What's interesting
there
with
was nothing else on.
Jodie having the Sea Devils is it makes Capaldi the first new Who Doctor to not have an introduction of a classic villain.
Mondasian Sidemen.
Yeah, but we've had the Cybermen.
But that's a classic.
Yeah, I'd say
That's
less
a classic
so.
villain.
The Ice Monsters was Smith.
Ice
right?
Warriors, yeah, in Cold War.
Yeah, Warriors. Yeah, I keep on thinking it's the bloody Empress of Mars one. No, you're right about that. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, Montasian Sidemen are really the only one you can.
You have an argument
then, it's
there,
like-
but no.
It's fine.
I will give the special some credit there in regards to like, I know when it was like Chibnall set out with his mission statement for Azira, like he wanted to make it like a kind of a history show, a learning show again, like actually kids would learn some stuff, and I just knew that if I'd seen that when I was like 10, and saw like, oh, this
You'd
is this
enjoy it.
fucking cool historical period, that would have been my next obsession as a kid.
Yeah.
That would have been the next big period I've been reading about, and I love that. I don't like Chibnall's era, but he's always done like interesting periods of history. Like I love that. Like that's something that's, if this was his last time he was going to get to do it, then
Well,
that was a really cool period to like do one of those.
What's interesting is I think he's also really managed to develop that into like how he balances the show, and it's really illustrated with Flux, because in the first series it was just like, oh, here's Rosa Parks, or like, you know, here's what was the Demons of Punjab? It was India, but I don't remember the actual subject.
Here's Nikola Tesla.
No, the one.
I can't remember the Demons of the Punjab one.
That was the
Just-
middle
that's
episode
the
of season 11. It's one of the only good ones that people like from season 11. I like season 11 a lot though. But like he's managed to sort of build that into the sci-fi a lot more, which is why Nikola Tesla was really good, because it's not good. It's sort of like a very middling episode that anyone can sort of watch and go, oh, I learned something, and also this is interesting. With Flux, they managed to do what's her name? The one with the Sontarans. The war with Sontarans.
Mary Seacole.
Yeah.
Mary Seacole. I think
Something like that.
that's it.
She was like a huge part of it, and you got to learn about her hospitality story, and it's actually interesting and mattered to the story.
And did it through science fiction as well.
And it really worked. Like, you can see his development throughout it, and I think it kind of sucks that I kind of would have loved to see him do another Doctor, because I think he's learnt his lessons through it. But I also, now having seen the second to last episode, there's an editing problem there, but I don't think it saves the episode.
No.
It was just not
Yeah,
good.
I think even if you've got extra time, it doesn't add to the whole.
It just sort of paces it better, but I think it's still structured poorly.
But they have announced Fugitive Doctor Big Finish,
Which
so I'm
is
very happy.
great.
Yes.
And-
Yeah. I'm very
Although
happy about
that kind of confirms that we won't get a full series with her televised.
True.
Oh, we
We're
never
never
would.
gonna get
We
that.
never
Yeah, I know,
would.
but I was
It's
holding out
never
hope.
going to happen.
We
Like, unless if it's fucking like one of those animated things they put before Blue Peter, then or during, then no, it's never ever going to happen. I'm sorry.
also got Doctor Who Redacted from the BBC,
Yeah.
and that is so good. Like, some of the best Doctor Who I think we've seen in years, or heard in years. It's doing something weird, where like I knew it was gonna do like LGBT issues, because LGBTQ plus whatever issues, because it's written by Juno Dawson. She's a huge trans activist. It has a LGBT cast. It's very well diverse, but the fact that we're doing so much to bridge a gap from 3 different eras that has just been missing, and like that is its main mission statement at the moment. Like, Rani's a main character in this, and we've not seen her since what, Journey's End. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's so interesting, and like we're getting to know the ends of stories. I'm worried about Graham still. What's happened to him?
He's disappeared.
He's disappeared. Why? It's so good. Like,
What is the premise of it? Because I haven't listened to any of it. I've got it on like a backlog. I'll get to it. But like, what is it? Like, tell me, what's the story? Like.
So I've only listened to the first episode, but it seems like it's these 3 podcasters, isn't it?
yeah.
And is it they run a specific blue box?
Blue Box podcast.
Yeah. And the Doctor, like, so they just kind of like investigate things, and then it's like the Doctor's actually being erased from history for some reason, and so like they're getting calls on their phones about, like, from the Doctor not realizing that it's them, then it's all like alluding to all these different things, and so it's them like speaking to characters from like Russell T Davies era show like episodes, and like side characters. Like what was the one in the first one? The because it was a sequel to the Adipose Partners in Crime.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? And then you know the journalist.
Oh wow, really?
You know the journalist that keeps getting like tied up. They
What?
yeah.
That's
They
interesting,
didn't get
'cause that's a
the
deep cut.
actress back, but
No.
The character.
Yeah.
What's
That's quite
really
fun.
interesting, you know, in Smith and Jones, the doctor that is like friends with Martha.
The one who then is in Turn Left
Yeah.
as well.
He
Yeah, him.
is in this as well. For some
love
reason,
it.
like
I
he
love
was
it.
in the latest episode talking about like how the hospital went to the moon, but he doesn't remember it now. Like it's erasing parts of history where the Doctor existed, and it's clearly trying to explain away how people don't remember stuff from like different areas, which is
Yeah.
really well done, because I think that makes so much more sense to do it that way than to have people be like, why isn't this referenced in the main show? But it's so present in how we're doing the Doctor Who conspiracy, which feels like we've just left in rows and never thought about again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a little bit with Linda,
A little
but
bit.
we don't talk about that.
no, I love it.
Like,
I love it so much.
They also reference Linda.
do they really? Jeez, that's. Do you think they could get Elton back?
They could.
Because if they got Elton back, then I'd listen to this immediately.
I know Kate Bishop shows up in it at some point, supposedly. I think she's cast. Also, the Silurian that Moffat had that was the lesbian.
Oh, Vastra?
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
the
she's
Paternoster
in.
gang, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
That's
going to be in
quite
it as well. Which, like, it's bridging a gap that we very clearly needed bridging at some point, and because Russell's coming back, like, it feels like a good clean slate to sort of lump these three in as a big era of television, and hopefully Chris Chibnall sticks the landing with the finale because of it. I really need that.
Yeah. If you could have like one character come back for this, like a pick, who would you want?
For the
For
centenary.
For the Redacted, yeah. No, for the Redacted,
Oh.
yeah. I'd have Adam.
What, from Torchwood?
Because that. No, from
Oh, series 1.
Well, that's fun too. I meant from series 1.
Yeah.
That's it. I want to know what that guy's up to. Just like.
That'd be interesting. Oh, I don't know.
Either that or the mayoral assistant to Margaret Blaine when she was mayor of Cardiff. Just she's having a cup of tea. And he just tackles Eccleston. It's just like, leave the mayor alone. Just I love that man. I need his take on what's happened since.
She's running out the window, isn't she? Yes.
Did the Master's wife die? Well, because she sacrificed herself,
Yeah.
but I thought she ran away. Is my headcanon.
She blew up, I think.
Was she in the Blue Man Group?
That wasn't a good joke. That was me.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
quite funny to her because I thought it was quite funny.
that was
I'm upset because if it was me, I'd be on the floor.
that just depressed me. Can't believe
Good.
you.
Good. I'm glad. But something that I really like with Redacted is that because it's just freely available on BBC Sounds, is that it can get a lot more people into like the audio stuff. Because I know, like as a kid, that got me a lot more into reading. It was like, oh, it's Doctor Who, so I'm like interested in the story, and then you don't really think about the fact that it's a book, and then you're then like, oh, I just like reading books now.
Yeah.
And so I think it's
Yeah.
also hopefully going to do the same for a lot of people. And the fact of like, especially with how amazingly inclusive and fantastic the cast and like having all the writers and everything on that front is amazing, because the people who would be opposed to that can't even go, oh, it's just there for no reason. There's like not even a good, like, because the story is incredible. It's like a fucking incredible, really interesting story. And so it's just amazing that it's all coming together and actually from the BBC of how, like, just having all of that there. It's fucking brilliant.
It's
Yeah.
what's it fringes on a point that I don't think we should get into. I think it's a bigger topic that would take longer, but it's part of the whole defund the BBC stuff over like these sorts of issues where like it's clear BBC News and BBC Productions are two very big and separate entities.
Yeah.
Because
very
like
much so.
this is a lot of representation that doesn't get shown in their journalism team.
Exactly.
It's so worth it for that sort of, because it's what people will see and what people will listen to.
Yeah.
And I think also, not just with like the defund the BBC stuff, but just with film and TV and everything in general, I think there's a massive miscommunication of why things cost so much money. They just like, why the hell does that film cost 250 million to make or something like that?
Yeah.
Because they just see the headlines of, oh, this actor makes 40 million on this one film, without realizing the fact that they need to hire the locations, and then they're using like local restaurants and food companies to then feed all the cast and crew.
Yeah.
And then it's like even just when I was the extra last, like in 2020, and that's a tiny scene in the film, but then they had loads of us there. We all then had to go get hotels, bed and breakfasts, and then they fed us all. They used like underneath the costumes, they had us in wetsuits because we were doing like night shoots on the beach. And so they used just the local surf company that was there on the beach, and it just a major boost to the local economy. And so I think a lot of people just see, oh, this actor made however many million, and just go, oh, fuck off, that's ridiculous. Why are we putting so much money into this, that, and the other, without seeing how incredible it actually all is?
Yeah. That's why it was always such a lovely thing to see at like the end of a credits. Like, this film supported the generation of 4,000 jobs, like in this area. Like, just.
I love that. I think it's such a idea that we need to talk about more as well, because it's just, I feel like in general, and I saw it because the actor who played Barry Kripke in The Big Bang Theory, it all comes full circle.
Yeah, it certainly does.
He's currently on TikTok, or has joined TikTok, and is talking about political activism, because he's weirdly socialist, which some things just surprise me in my head, like when I find out that celebrities are really, really socialist. Like Danny DeVito is contributed fuck tons to Bernie's fund, which is like it's just weird to me. People don't strike you like that, but he's very like that, and did one about Piers Morgan interviewing Donald Trump. Let's not get into that stuff, but either way, he then talked about his career as an actor and everything, and he's a fringe actor, so he'll just like go from job to job to job to job to job, and gets occasional roles that he can land, which he did with Speechless, which lasted however long. And he doesn't make as much money as people must think that he does, because he was on one of the biggest shows on television.
No.
But
it's like, did you see him in? You guys haven't seen Feel Good yet.
no,
have
but
you?
I need to.
Desperate.
Jesus Christ.
He's in that, and he's incredible at it. Like, he's genuinely one of the best characters, and he's in it for like 2 episodes, and it's the way he like approaches like an archetype is just so hurtful but brilliant at the same time, and just because he does little stuff like that he gets to be in there, which is really nice. But you two would love that.
It's always been on my list. It's got Charlotte Ritchie in it, so like it was always going to be one I need to watch.
And she does one of the best moments of comedy I've seen in like.
She always does.
Maybe the last 10 years.
Charlotte,
but it's a joke that had me on crying just for days. Just
Charlotte Ritchie is one of my like secret favorite comedians, where like I know anything she's given she can make funny, because it's just always so good whatever she's in. Like her on Taskmaster was hilarious, and then like seeing her do I can't even remember her fucking name in Fresh Meat, but that was insane, and how she had to juggle this relationship with the dad from My Parents Are Aliens. And then she's in that. She's in Dead Pixels, that weird one by the people who did Peep Show, which for the people that did Peep Show,
Ghosts as well.
for the people that did Peep Show, it's so not Peep Show that like it feels weird to say that that's to brand it as from the people who made Peep Show.
Not David Mitchell and Robert Webb.
No,
Okay.
Jesse Armstrong, I think.
No, I can't watch Pixels. It's appalling to me.
I enjoyed it. It's dumb fun. Rose McFay's in it as well, and she's good.
It's got too many human beings in it that I don't like.
I thought you were just going to say it's got too many human beings in it. Can't be doing it.
Yeah, but that's a problem too.
That's fair.
I was just going to say quickly, have either of you two listened to any of the Eccleston Big Finish stuff?
I haven't.
I've got one downloaded and I started it. Can't remember what it's called, but I was just enjoying it and something's pulled me away from it.
Yeah, because I think I'm up to date on them, and there was one that I was listening to a few weeks ago that was just incredible. Like the premise alone, because it was called Monsters in Metropolis, and it was, you know, the Fritz Lang film Metropolis. It's what if that was a Cyberman instead of. It's just incredible.
Are you genuinely joking?
No.
That's
like
incredible.
They adapted Jubilee, the Colin Baker one, into Dalek with Eccleston and for series 1.
Yeah.
So that is one that I'd need them to adapt. Like it's so fucking good.
That's like they're the one monster where it's like you can constantly attach a good idea to them. Like what they did with the fucking haunting of whatever you call it.
Philadelphia, yeah.
Getting the creature to be the inspiration for what was the real world inspiration for the monster. Like that's just, and then something like that. That's just so. God, it can be so good when it needs to be. It's just. What? Oh.
So good.
Yeah, no, it was such a good one, and especially with like, I find with a lot of them and a lot of like not just Doctor Who but a lot of expanded universe media stuff. You meet so many characters for just one story where it's kind of difficult to attach anything to them because it's like, okay, I know that in the next one you're just going to be gone and I'm not going to... So, but in that one it actually like made you care, like really care about like the supporting cast and characters in like a really short space of time. And it's just such a good one. Yeah. Sorry, I'll stop gushing about it. But it's just brilliant to have Eccleston back as well. Because they use his theme tune as well, and it just hits that scratch. It hits that scratch.
You need that.
Murray Gold is absolute peak. Just, I mean, that's my one like joy about Murray Gold. Like I was so happy when I found out he wasn't doing Doctor Who because I thought like, right, he's gonna start doing loads more stuff now.
I mean, his stuff on Years and Years was incredible.
Yeah, and. Like I want him. There's like several soundtracks for several shows that he just hasn't released, and I need him to like do it because I just like need. I'm like listening to bad rips of the music from the Cucumber series, and I just like, it's like I can hear like the voice in the background. It's like, just, come on, man, this would take you an afternoon, please.
Just send it in an email.
It's got to be on your computer somewhere, please. I'll pay for it. I mean it.
This is your open letter.
This is my plea. This is my please, Zack, get down from the roof. Like this is.
How about another joke, Murray? How about another soundtrack, Murray?
Oh.
Are we actually gonna intro ourselves at any point?
No.
Because.
No, we're not.
No. Okay.
I refuse to.
Cool. I don't even know who any of you are. Who are you?
You found your way into this Discord, and I don't know. I just couldn't say no.
If you fell across this because you saw a clip of me crying about Man of Steel, then that's your own problem. Like that's your fault if you ended up here through that. What are you doing? Wasting your life watching YouTube shorts. What are you doing?
Okay.
Go outside. Learn a foreign language.
That's actually a great topic because, like, I'm insanely like confused as to how these shorts or TikTok work. Like, I thought I knew prior to start posting to it, but like, why do they just decide? They just go viral sometimes or just work.
I just picture it as like the algorithm is, you know, the Me channel back on Wii. Yeah. The algorithm just has like a few pots, and they just kind of like pick up one, and then they just like the little legs are going, and they're like ah, and then suddenly like okay,
get 1,000 views.
drop you in there. That will suddenly get 1,000 views. And then they'll just be like, Andy from Toy Story, like, I'm bored of you. And then just drop you instantly. And so it's just a constant battle of like,
What's
hello,
really,
pick
really, really cool about YouTube Shorts is it tells you the times when people are watching it. Like, it is so obvious when there is no watch time. Like, it's like when people wake up from about 9 till maybe midday, there is watch time going up. You get maybe like 200 views or something at our tiny level. And then it'll just go like flatline till like maybe 9 o'clock and then just go up again for another like 6 hours and then flatline again and then go up again. It's just, I don't understand. Do people just not scroll through YouTube Shorts during a certain time? It's so weird.
I spend too much time scrolling. I just need to stop.
Same, which is why it's like so weird to me that like there is a specific cutoff point. I guess maybe no one uses YouTube Shorts.
I mean, I don't watch them, period. But that's just because I'm the old man on the staff. Like, if it's doing
That's fair.
something.
Maybe we just have a very productive audience that are like, no, it's time to work now. They're like, okay, we'll do our work day.
If we've given off a productive aura, then there is something going wrong with the way that we're presenting this podcast.
We're all about that grind.
It is the Royal Television Society Awards 2026. There's an unknown filmmaker who comes up to the stand and receives the award and just says, "It was urgent rewrite that got me here."
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. Just imagine that. That's what you did, Michelle. That's what you did. You put them there. You put them on a career to success.
Oh,
That's
no.
your fault, Michelle.
It's all my fault. You know, you realize TikTokers are going to be the next people that win Oscars.
No.
I feel like, like every single TikTok now is just the loop. Like, it used to be, like, when it first started, there used to be, like, you get 1 or 2 a week that would do an incredible loop, and then it just start again, and you'd be like, holy shit, that is insane. Whereas now it feels like 1 in every 3 just kind of does a loop. And I'm not even necessarily talking about, like, a satisfying edit of it starting again perfectly. But, like the time loop ones where it's like someone's going to walk in through that door and it's going to do whatever. And then it then just starts again. And it's like, oh, my God. Yeah. But now it's just every single one is like, and that is why. Hey, guys, now I'm going to show you. Do you know what I mean?
So, this is the thing, Jake, is you use Instagram Reels. So everything you watch is really out of date. Because that was a TikTok trend maybe like 8 months ago. And I've not seen someone loop a TikTok in maybe 8 months.
No, because I tend to just follow creators, and it's the creators. It says they post it. Like, I know Instagram Reels is behind. I know I am that old grandpa that's like, have you seen this? It's a minion.
It's great.
But
They're
It's our American
the
deities.
way that Instagram Reels and TikTok works in like synergy is really interesting because like what a lot of TikTok creators will do is capitalize on both, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you post a TikTok early and then post Instagram Reels later, they know, or creators know, not everyone's on both. So you will get all of that stuff later, but you will have never known that it was on TikTok before.
It was really weird because then I'll be like, a mate will be like, hey, look at this TikTok. And then I'm used to it being through Instagram Reels where it's been like downloaded and screen recorded a billion times. And then suddenly on TikTok, it's actually in like HD. And be like, whoa,
It looks so
the
good.
fuck is this?
That's all I wanted to say about that because I think it's weird how shorts and TikTok sort of have defined a lot of growth because I knew it was sort of how we wanted to do this whole thing and how we were gonna do how the strategy was for people to actually listen to this podcast, but like it is weird to see in real time how well it functions or how like sort of
Yeah.
it decides to do things in a certain way. Because it's
Something that we've poked fun
Yeah.
at is actually
it just worked. It's
led
just
to
so
some
great.
success. Yeah.
Yeah, I still refuse to download TikTok for some reason.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Never again. Never again. Oh,
You really adopted
I
the
knew this
dog.
was gonna happen.
it happened.
Damn. Not gonna work. Hello.
Oh, that's
Hello,
a vibe. I
welcome
like
back
that.
to Scary Stories
Hi.
with Michelle.
Yeah.
Welcome to Grisly
Tales for
Tales for
Gruesome
Gruesome
Kids.
Kids. A series of cautionary tales for lovers of
Scream.
Scream. Love that, man. That needs to come back. That needs to come back. Let me do it, please.
I thought we'd have
Please.
longer. I thought it would work for longer. That battery is supposed to last 2 hours. Oh fuck. Well, I mean that's an ending if there's
That's a sign.
anywhere.
Yeah.
I have a very important question before we go.
Oh, is it Grandpa Max again?
Okay.
Or have
It's
you found
not.
that
It's
someone
not Grandpa Max.
Because I was having some thoughts about Grandpa Max in the time that's passed because you didn't specify which variant. He looks appalling now.
I was waiting for that question,
Won't go
but
near it. Won't go near it.
yeah.
I knew. We all knew the
Far
right
away,
one. We all knew
far
which one you
away.
were gonna say.
Far away.
All right. Smash or pass? Leonardo DiCaprio, except it's him at the end of The Revenant.
Pass. Too rugged. I like a soft himbo energy boy.
Himbo energy.
Can,
Yeah.
can I ask for an alternative, Leonardo DiCaprio?
You may
Him at the
propose.
end, him at the end of Shutter Island because I just want him annihilated when we start. Like he knows nothing is ever going to get better, so he's like, this could be it.
I
Like,
think this is taking
I
a
feel
much
like
darker
at the-
tone.
That's a bit
the
darker than
Revenant. I
mine.
feel
I was trying to give him
the
a
Revenant. I feel
Once a man has been
If I-
institutionalized and everything he knows to be true is false, only
If it
then.
was the Revenant, he would fight me off because he'd think I was another bear. If it's Shutter Island, he'd be just like, mate, we're in hell. Why not? Like, Mark Ruffalo would probably tell him it was part of reality too. So
You know, I both times I've asked these smash or pass questions, guys. I've meant for it to be some like light-hearted chatter, some like a haha, yeah, I'll smash that or I'll pass that. And both times you two have made it some disgusting sexual cult. And I just want to know why.
look, we've discussed this previously. I'm a predator.
Oh no.
Anyway, that's
When are we setting up HR for urgent rewrite?
so we need a job.
We're just exploring. We're just exploring.
Yeah.
That's it. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Yeah. Bye.